Hey, do any of y'all remember those animes that came out during the early 20, like, let's say roughly 2013 through 2015? And I'm specifically talking about the harem animes. Yes, those. So if any of you have ever seen it and was around that time of seeing those animes, you probably know where I'm going to go into. So, the thing, I can like a good harem. For sure. Nice to see an attractive cast of characters. For sure. But the issue that I have with a good chunk of those ones, especially during that time, were the ones when it came to the female main characters. I'm talking about the reverse ones with the female characters being the main one. But the same can be said about the ones about the reverse harems. But we're talking about the female harem. The female-centered harem. That makes sense. I don't know, but you'll get it. But pretty much, I'm talking about the main character, the main MC, who tends to have the same freaking personality type of empty, no depth, no character, just an empty husk of dry personality. I'm not saying they have to be the most expressive and adventurous character. I just want to feel like they are actually a person. And I know I've heard that some people say that when they make these kind of characters, it tends to let the main person who's watching it self-insert themselves into the character. But I still would like it if the main love interest, the girl who's supposed to be getting all this attention, the character getting all the attention from all these multiple people, they have to have some kind of reason why these people are attracted to them. Because the only thing that these characters tend to have in certain situations is the fact that they look pretty. Or to some degree, not ugly. But their personality all tends to be the same. Same repetitive kind of personality. No depth, nothing about them interesting, and dumb as bricks. Because why? Okay, so they are either slow as hell to situations that are going on, oblivious, and tends to avoid very obvious signs and overly sympathetic for shit that they should not be feeling sorry for someone about. My first anime I'm going to talk about that relates to the last thing I just said is going to be Diabolic Lovers. Oh my freaking god. When I first heard about this anime, I was like, ooh, we got some vampire guys in a mysterious setting. And they were all attractive. All of the characters are attractive. But the more I watched it and the more I seen how shitty and trash these character personalities are, I swear I want to run a car and just run all these dudes over. None of their personalities were excusable, and the moment that you felt like something about them could be redeemable, that stuff went right out the window. Just plowed right through, headfirst throughout the window. Because why is every single one of these guys a piece of shit? All of them sucked. All of them got some trauma. The little one with the purple hair, trauma. They got mommy issues, brother conflict. I feel like there might have been some kind of weird incestuous parental drama shit that was going. I don't know. I just remember a lot of weird stuff going on in that anime, and all the male characters were ass. And yeah, this is my opinion. But nothing about them screamed, I want that guy. The only thing that was good about them was their looks. Same thing applied for the girl, but we're gonna go back to the girl. I swear when I was looking at this anime and she was sympathizing and feeling sorry for these guys after they were treating her like a freaking beaten dog. Someone who does not give no shits. Homegirl was over here. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Is he okay? Did this dude not just call you trash? Did this dude not just belittle the heck out of you and called you the dirt underneath his feet? Nothing but slime, nothing but the shit. The belittling is ridiculous, but she's always feeling sympathetic. The girl feels like a victim. Were you raised in this environment? Is this why you tolerate it so much? Because what the hell? The amount of seething I had on each episode, hoping that it would be better, hoping that she would learn, nothing changed. Nothing changed. And in the opportunity, when girl was able to escape, she was over here feeling sorry. And I'm like, Bitch, what are you doing? Get out. Fuck them vampire guys. Are you kidding me? That stuff made me want to jump into the anime and strangle the shit out of her. Because what are you doing? Run. Be free, you dumbass. But no. Then we had a second season to continue the stupidity. Then we're thinking, okay, another batch of vampire guys who are, I guess, of other family fraction that apparently wants this girl because of her special blood. And at the beginning, when she first meets them, they seem okay, you know, a little bit. It seems like they're probably a little bit more nicer to her, only for that shit to also flip again. And I'm like, oh my god. Kill all of them. Stake all of them. Stake somebody. I don't know if they are vulnerable to the sun. I don't remember. I vaguely remember something about this anime, but I just remember how much this stuff triggered the hell out of me. Because all the guy options sucked. They sucked. The girl was stupid. Let stuff slide. Oh my gosh, that anime just was rage baiting me. And I know that some people said that she had a bit more stance for herself in the manga. And that's great, but I wish that they did that in the anime because they made her character look like dog shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. But on to the next anime. The other one that had the same kind of trope was Amnesia. The guys, Amnesia was a bit better. It was confusing. A lot of this timeline, parallel reality stuff had me questioning where are we going with this? Where's the story heading? I don't know. I was lost, but it was interesting. The female character kind of fit the same kind of trope of all of them, but I think something about her was a little bit more interesting. The anime left me questioning things. The one thing I could say about it that was better, if I didn't say already, was that the guy options were a little bit better. It was a little bit more tolerable than Diabolic Lovers. You know, I give them a plus for that. Like, at least they're a little bit more wantable. But the female character was still kind of a little bit of an airhead. I don't know what's with the trope of airhead. I can't see signs of a person liking me. But she was a little bit smarter. I give her that. She was a bit smarter. Plus on her for that. The next anime is Brother Conflict. I don't know what deprived person thought that was an interesting thing. Or what? A good chunk of the guys were either way too old for her or way too young for her. Because while we got little pink-haired baby face looking boy over here wanting his sister or implying that, and then we got 20 plus something dudes, and I think this female character was she like 15? Because that tends to be the thing with anime. It's either between the ages of 13 through 15 as a romantic interest, in some cases maybe older. Anime never seems to have someone who's like, you know, when it comes to these odd situations, to be of a proper age range, you know, maybe like 18 and up. But you know, everybody knows anime is questionable when it comes to ages. But with Brother Conflict, why just the girl, same personality, ditzy. Why are they so freaking ditzy? That's a trigger for me. That ditzy. Oh my gosh, huh? He said that. He did that. I didn't know that was gonna happen. There is a degree to the lack of survival skills that you have to not catch on to some weird shit that's going on. We had over here weird, puckered, curvy, jagged ass lip dude over here being a creep. I think he's supposed to be like a model, some kind of idol. I don't give a fuck. That dude creeped me out the most. Every time he was on the screen, I wanted to deck him in the face. Something about him viscerally disgusted me. Maybe because it's his mouth. His mouth was making me feel angry. His face. Yeah, it was his mouth. But like, all of if you have to watch it. But like, all the characters, they weren't hateable as characters. I think they had personality, and that weird thing with the twins who seemed like they were overly close. Please stop making twins have a weird sexual symbiotic. Why? Why? Just let them treat each other like family. And I'm not talking about family in a place, in a specific kind of state that'd be a little too close for comfort. Please stop that. Please stop. I already saw that with Orin Host Club. Ugh. Please stop. Just be family. Just be family that doesn't want to get down with each other or imply that. Just god damn. But Brother Conflict had the same kind of thing. The guys were not horrible, but the guys weren't even that interesting as romantic interest either. The girl pissed me off. I wanted to slap the shit out of her. And her little chubby ass squirrel was cute, but also kind of annoying. Maybe it was kind of annoying. Ooh. And then, last one was called Dance with the Devil. This one, let me look at the cover art real quick so I can remember. Here we go. Yeah, so this also involved a high school related thing. The only character that I liked a bit was the blonde-haired guy. I don't remember what the hell his name was. What the frick was his name? Blonde-haired guy who gives you like gangster kind of rebellious dude. I don't fucking remember his name. But you'll see in the picture, blonde hair, tied back, has a bit of a slight tan-ish to him, attempted tan. He seemed okay. Honestly, a lot of these characters, these male characters, do not be having that much depth to them either. It's just like hot guys on their resume. Hot guys. Okay, anything else about that? No, he's just hot. Okay. But I think he was okay. The weird thing with the guy who was always protecting the main MC was, I believe he was supposed to be her brother, but then not her brother. But she thinks that he's human, but comes to find out later that he's not. I don't know where this plot was going. It was visually pretty. It was beautiful characters. I think it also has singing in it. But it's all visually pretty. But if the characters and the story makes no sense, it's not that interesting. It had some interesting stuff about it. And I know the way I am explaining things is very weird, but that's just how my brain perceives stuff. I would say that I found Dance with the Devils a bit more interesting in story and plot, and the female character wasn't horrible. She was a bit ditzy, but she was ditzy with a bit of learning skills, you know? She had some survival skills in her. I think they had a bit of a yandere situation going on with the brother / not brother / human / vampire. No, not vampire. Demon. I don't know. Because the whole thing about them is that these are supposed to be, the guy characters are all demons in disguise. And apparently the girl is somehow the embodiment of a grimoire. And some other stuff. But it all seems to follow the same line. I went off on a whole tangent, but I just want to kind of like rage about the things that a lot of those old animes had, was that when they make harem animes for the same thing as the male character harems, where one guy, several girls, and one girl, several guys. I hate how uninteresting the main character is. How slow they are, how flat they are. They have to be at least interesting so that you are actually rooting for them to be paired up with someone. Because you can't, they're such a blank slate, you don't know who actually fits for them. You really don't. Unless like a good couple episodes in, for you to be like, I think this one would be a tolerable one for them to match up. But it's hard to really match up because the character has no depth to them. They are so empty. And I hate that. Make them at least more interesting. I'm going off the whole thing. But that is just my little rant about the things that I've noticed in those animes from the 2013s to the 2015, with that same kind of plot line when it comes to the characters, please. And I know there are current, like, some of the, notice that over the years, some of those harem animes have started to develop a little bit better, where the main love interest has more character to them, where you're actually rooting for them, where you can actually better select who will be a good fit for them. Because even you start to fall in love with that character and know why the other people around them is actually loving them too. Because that's how it makes more sense to me. That's what actually makes me want to root for a certain relationship. But that's all I wanted to rant about for a bit. It was just a random thing that popped up in my head because I've been seeing like a lot of those animes been popping up in my face. And I just want to have a little bit of a spill session about it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to go about. Harems, y'all can suck ass so bad. Make the characters more interesting. And I'm talking about the main characters, and no matter of fact, make all the characters goddamn more interesting so we can actually love them. Or at least me, I'm talking about myself. Oh god.